Hey, what's up guys, welcome back. In this video we're going to be looking at zombies and botnets. Okay, so before we begin, yes, you are still watching a cybersecurity course. And yes, zombies are really a thing in cyber, but they are probably not what you're thinking. So what do you first think of when you hear the word zombie? Some mindless undead roaming the world looking for food? Now, I hate to break it to you, but computer zombies do not roam the streets looking for their next victim. While that would both be hilarious and a little bit terrifying. One thing they do have in common with popular post-apocalyptic shows is that zombie computers attack in hordes. This could be tens, thousands, or even millions of zombie computers attacking a single target. So with that terrifying image in your head, what actually is a zombie computer? In the cyber world, a zombie is a computer that has been infected with a type of malware that allows a remote attacker to control it, effectively turning the computer into that mindless, undead machine. The user of the computer is unlikely to know that their machine has become infected. The goal is not to target that particular machine or the user itself, it's to use that machine to target other victims. By staying undetected, the attacker can keep control of the machine for longer periods of time. So now, the zombie computer is at the bidding of the remote attacker. From here, the remote attacker can use this infected machine to attack other targets. These attacks can be pretty much anything. However, they generally take the form of a distributed denial of service attack, also known as a DDoS. These attacks take down systems by overwhelming them with things like connection requests. When more requests are received than that target system can handle, that system then becomes overloaded and can no longer respond, effectively taking it offline. We're going to cover DDoS in more detail later in this course. Another common use for zombie computers is to send out spam emails. But as we all know from the many zombie films and TV shows, just a single zombie isn't very dangerous. They are famously slow and not very smart. The same can be said about zombie computers. A single zombie by itself is not very effective when attacking a large target. So, just like our favorite zombie TV series, zombie computers are most effective when they attack in hordes. However, we don't call them hordes, we call them botnets. A botnet is a large group of infected zombie computers grouped together under the control of a single master. That master is the command and control server. We've just covered command and control servers, but as a reminder, a command and control server is a centralized point where zombie computers can receive their commands, targets, and even update versions of their malware. The size of botnets vary greatly, with some of the larger ones reaching hundreds of thousands of infected devices. With such massive numbers, even when using low-powered machines or devices, it's possible to successfully carry out large-scale cyber attacks on pretty much any target they want. Imagine having all of that computing power at your fingertips. There are not many systems in the world that could withstand such a large-scale attack when used in the right way. To make things worse, the very nature of a botnet with thousands of devices all around the world can make it very difficult to defend against. The most effective way to stop a botnet is to take down the source, the person or the people that are pulling all of the strings. Now let's look at botnets as a service, or botnets for hire. Once a botnet has become fully established and has the computing power to carry out large-scale attacks, the person or the people who control it have a couple of different options. Of course, they could use this botnet for their own agenda. This could be hacktivists targeting political systems or criminal groups attempting to extort businesses to pay them to stop their attack. The other option is to put the botnet up for hire. They could post ads on forums and marketplaces, advertising the ability to take down websites, systems, and networks. For a small fee, anyone, regardless of their technical knowledge, can take down their competitors' websites, stop a business from operating, or even targeting an arch nemesis gamer so they can no longer connect to the internet. So there are a couple of different options, and this can make owning a botnet pretty attractive to attackers. Okay, so now we know what a zombie computer is, that a large group of zombies is called a botnet, and some of the ways botnets can be used. Now let's talk about some of the real-world botnets that have happened over the years. Back in 2016, there was a large botnet named Mirai. Mirai infected hundreds of thousands of IoT devices like cameras and routers by exploiting default credentials and transforming them into obedient zombies. These devices were then used to launch massive distributed denial of service attacks, one of the most notable being an attack on DNS provider DIN. The creators of Mirai were identified and eventually arrested, and although some of the command and control servers were taken down, Mirai's source code was released publicly by the author, leading to further variations of the botnet. Another famous botnet was Emotet. Emotet started as a banking Trojan in 2014 but evolved into one of the most dangerous botnets. It spread through phishing emails containing a malicious attachment. The botnet was offered for hire to other criminal groups for a malware as a service platform. These groups would use Emotet to install additional malware, such as ransomware. In January 2021, a coordinated international law enforcement operation successfully took down the Emotet infrastructure. This video is part of our Security Plus in 31 Days course. If you like this video, you are gonna love the full course. Not only does it cover each exam topic in simple and easy to understand videos, but it also provides hands-on labs. These labs guide you through practical tasks like creating Trojans, cracking passwords, and sending your own phishing emails, giving you real-world experience and making your studies that much more engaging and effective. It doesn't stop there though. You also get a copy of our Security Plus in 31 Days ebook, which follows the course and covers each topic. You'll also get access to helpful downloads to support your learning, a private community where you can connect with fellow learners, and exclusive discounts. It really is the complete package to guide you through your Security Plus journey. Check it out in the description below. So, in summary, a zombie is a computer that has been infected with malware and takes commands from a centralized command and control server. Now, a zombie by itself is not very effective. However, when grouped together to form a large-scale botnet, can be a mighty force to be reckoned with. Let's end with a couple of quiz questions, just to check that you got everything. Question 1. Which of the following best describes a botnet? A single powerful computer used for hacking. B, a collection of computers connected together to share files and services. C, a network of infected computers controlled by a centralized server. Or D, an encrypted group of computers designed for secure communication. The answer is C. A botnet is a network of infected computers controlled by a centralized server. Question 2. How does botnet distribution across global devices make it difficult to counter their attacks? A. They rely on a single server that can be easily located. B. Their global distribution complicates defensive measures. C. They exclusively use high-speed internet connections. Or D. They only target non-commercial systems. The answer is B. Botnets use a network of devices worldwide, making it difficult to locate and stop each source of the attack. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe. The support from you guys really helps this channel grow. Other than that, thank you for watching.